Thank you guys for joining us today for our update of the events that happened throughout the night in the earlier hours of this morning. I do want to thank also the assistance of the DA's office of Washington County too, as they were a really crucial step of every part of this morning, and the DA will give you some updates as we continue our investigations throughout this Thursday. Just for a recap that anyone that might have missed, just after midnight, California PD gets a call to do a welfare check in regards to Caroline after some family members noticed she never made it to that university. Local PD then sees that car in the area of the California Library. Officers start to see some indicators from the vehicle, which indicates blood. They check the vehicle to gain entry and observe Caroline in the back hatch of that Jeep Cherokee. They notify Pennsylvania State Police, and we activate our major case team. And from the early hours of after that midnight call that California PD gets, we knew right away that this was a very serious case, but yet an isolated one. So some news outlets and some people in the media might think it can continue out into that area of California. This was an isolated incident that we were investigating. So PSP, we were able to work hand in hand. We started interviews, processing the whole allotment with forensics, and we were actually able to work very seamlessly with California PD to gain some really key surveillance for this entire investigation. I just messaged some of the reporters here about 45 minutes ago. We just wrapped up a lot of key interviews and concluded those for just today. We have some more that's going to continue. But for now, I'm going to pass it to the DA to give you those updates of what those interviews concluded with and what charges we will be coming forth.
Good afternoon. I want to say our condolences and all of our hearts go out to this young lady, just 18 years old. And also echo the sentiments of law enforcement. Today was very quick, very efficient, and did their job wonderfully. All branches worked together, including Washington County District Attorneys, detectives, California Police Department, and the Pennsylvania State Police, who did a lot of heavy lifting here. I want to state that we have the individuals that were involved in this case in custody as we speak. They are being charged. They are a mother and son. Mother's name is Rachel Moser, M-O-S-E-R. Son's name is Royce Moser, M-O-S-E-R. Royce Moser will be charged with homicide and related charges, and mother will be charged with hindering apprehension, tampering, obstruction, and related charges. I want to reiterate, or want to state, that in no way is the California School District or anyone in that area in any danger. This threat has been handled and quashed as stated by the Pennsylvania State Police. It was an isolated incident related to this individual, and neither does California University have any safety issues either. The threat has been quashed as the individuals are in custody, and the charges are currently being typed up now. Again, the community is safe, and I want to thank all law enforcement. We'll take any questions if you have them for us at this time.
Can you tell us what you believe happened?
Well, I mean, we're typing up the charges now, but I'll just state simply we believe it was a result of a domestic situation.
We understand that Royce is in a relationship with Caroline. Do you know what happened between the two of them?
Well, like I said, the charges are being typed up now, and it was as a result of obviously a domestic situation involving at least those two and possibly other people. Good.
Matter of death was?
You speak to the coroner or the medical examiner for that.
Were there obvious signs, though? We heard maybe she had been stabbed. Were there any obvious signs?
Again, the charges are being typed up, and that information will be in an affidavit of probable cause. As I stated, Mr. Moser is being charged with homicide. So, I mean, it's a homicide.
Can you say where you were able to find them today?
Yes, they're in custody.
No, where you were able to find them?
Bellsville.
You said
Have they been cooperative? Can you talk at all about that?
Charges are being typed up, and you'll get that information once the affidavit of probable cause is completed.
Did that surveillance show that the crime occurred where the car was found, or did it happen somewhere else? She was brought there.
Again, as I stated, we have the individuals in custody. The charges are being typed up. That is part of the investigation, which I'm not going to comment on yet, but those individuals are in custody, and when the affidavit is done, it'll be made public.
You said it was obvious right away that it was an isolated incident. Can you explain how you concluded?
I didn't say it was obvious right away it was an isolated incident. I said after the investigation, it became obvious it was an isolated incident.
How many scenes are we talking?
Well, there are multiple. What you mean scenes? There's multiple scenes that are being investigated.
Is there any more information regarding the mother's involvement?
Well, when the affidavit's typed up, and you get that information from the affidavit of probable cause. But obviously, she's charged with hindering, tampering, and obstruction, among other charges.
Did you say who made the welfare check call? Was it her family that?
Well, I don't want to comment on that, but a welfare call was made, and obviously the California police went to where the vehicle was located and found what they found.
Have you ever responded to the mother or Royce before? Have police ever had any interactions with them previously?
I mean, they can speak for them. Please.
We're looking into that. The Belverna barracks were aware of the mother. As many times we're looking into it, but we were aware of them.
And not necessarily Royce, but
No, not the victim herself.
what is the age of Royce?
18.
And is he from Belleville?
I believe his address is North Strabane Township.
His dad lives in North Strabane. His mom lives in Bellsville.
We saw a number of items being removed from the father's house a short time ago. Are you able to say what evidence was of interest was in the driveway or inside the house?
Well, no, we're not going to comment on evidence or the investigation. As I stated, it's still a current investigation. There are multiple sites still being investigated, but at this time we are very confident that we have the suspects and people involved in this crime in custody, and charges are being prepared as we speak.
Do you expect any further charges to be filed against anyone else?
We don't believe, based upon the investigation so far, we believe that people involved have been charged. But obviously, should evidence present itself, we follow where the evidence goes.
Was Royce a student at Cal? Was he enrolled there?
I don't speak for California University, but my understanding is no.
Was the vehicle obscured anyway in the parking lot, or was it just kind of in plain sight when they?
Not obscured. Not obscured.
But I think what we're trying to get at here is sometimes you get these homicides and they go unfounded for years. What we want to do today is give you that quick update to say we found the suspects, we have enough evidence, and we've charged them accordingly to give this family, unfortunately, the closure that they have to receive. The crime unit, the major case team, really worked all through the night from midnight to before noon. Solving a homicide like that in 12 hours is kind of unheard of. So what you're going to see here as these charges get typed, you'll get those full affidavits to the magistrate. I know you guys will. You'll get them before I do. You'll get that full report, and you'll get all the answers to your questions. But for now, I think the update of charges through the DA and my captain should be enough for your next push out of information for the public, and also saying that it's isolated, right? It's not an issue for the borough. So hopefully that was enough that I can give you guys today. Unfortunately, we have to give that family closure. It's kind of a double-edged sword that they get the closure, unlike some other homicides. But the major case team really crushed it out of the park today for a 12-hour solving of a homicide. So with that, I thank you guys for joining us today at 2:25, and I will escort you guys out here accordingly. Thanks.